Happy Thursday. It is Therapy Thursday. How are you doing today? How are you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Dr. Triffy. This is Transforming Trauma with Dr. Triffy every Thursday. I try my best to show up and offer tips and skills and strategies to help us think better so we can feel better and do better. My intention is also to help us transform traumatic experiences in our lives into passion, purpose, and power, and sometimes profit. So, I talk like I do because I managed to save my accent. I've worked very hard to maintain my accent from my home country. I am from the lovely island of Dominica, not to be confused with the Dominican Republic. We love them, yes. They're beautiful too, but we speak English, French Creole, French based Creole. We also speak an English based patois we call Kokoy. And our native people, our indigenous people, the Kalinago, have managed to maintain their language as well. This evening, I am following the advice of my dad, who was big on commitment and follow through and seeing things to the end. In Dominica, we have a Creole saying that sounds like this: Ba kou ban. Ba kou ban means to give yourself a push. Get it together. Keep moving, keep going. You've got things to do. My dad, I've got two dads. I've got a biological dad and a dad who raised me. The dad who raised me is a man who worked in sun, in rain. He was a farmer. And this man barely rested. Last night, I am going to say it like this. His spirit left his body last night after a long and productive and prosperous and full life. And I'm listening to his voice tell me, Bakoban, to continue doing tonight's podcast. So I'm so grateful that you all showed up. I want to say thank you to all the people who've been sending me wishes and messages. I really appreciate it. It makes me feel as if we're in a large village. Yeah. I can't be in Cottage tonight, which is my village, but I appreciate the sense of community I felt from you all today. So tonight, talking about Dominica, I have a lovely guest from Dominica originally, and she will tell us a little bit more about herself. But I brought her on tonight to talk with us about black hair trauma. So this is my natural hair. And I go from my natural hair to wigs, to braids, to shaving my head off, whatever the mood it is that strikes me. Now, ladies know that sometimes we change our hairstyle based on how we're feeling, what we want to accomplish. It does a lot to us. But for Black women and Black girls, especially, because often we grow our hair long, and because of the nature of our hair, the coily nature of our hair, many of us experience physical pain, physical trauma for some people. Now, on top of that, physical experience of managing coily hair like mine, Gail will tell me what letter and what number it looks like to her. It took me a while as an adult to realize there was such a thing. Yeah. Many of us also have experienced environmental, social pain because we've lived in communities, and some of us in families, where you were criticized for the texture of your hair, the nature of your hair. There are many stories in the news right now where kids are being sent home because of the way their parents style their hair, their natural hair. There's a long standing sense of discomfort, anxiety, maybe shame for some people because of historical uh, occurrences, right? There's a lot of comparison to your natural hair and what is perhaps in the American culture, yeah, the norm, which is more Eurocentric. And so I want to talk about this. Um, there's something about being able to talk about things that matter to you as opposed to things that might sound highfalutin, but doesn't necessarily hit you and the people that you know. So, because I know so many Black women who have experienced trauma on many levels related to their hair, I wanted to talk about this. And right before I bring Gail out, I want to read you something from an author at Business Insider. She says, "It's time to style my daughter's hair. Once I start loosening the old style and reaching for a comb, she gets the message loud and clear, and she makes a run for it. If I manage to get a chance to start braiding, they'll likely be crying, no matter how gentle I am. This is a Black girl rite of passage. We endure the pains that come with getting our hair done. We're taught to expect it to hurt, to expect discomfort, from the tight pull of a braid to the burn of a relaxer or a hot comb. Anybody type in the chat if you've ever gotten a burn from a hot comb or a perm or a relaxer. She says we suffer for beauty and yet still we're criticized for the choices we make when it comes to our hair. Every time I do her hair, I'm left questioning what effect this emotionally fraught hairstyling session could have on my daughter. Developing a negative association with her hair now could affect her self-esteem for the rest of her life." Gail Brony is our lovely guest. Gail, will you introduce yourself to the people who are listening to us and who will listen to us later?
Okay. My name is Gail Burney, and I'm from Dominica on the West Coast, Kulibistri. I was raised in Dominica and migrated in my early 20s to New Jersey, and that's where I currently reside. I am the owner of Heal and Go. As you can see on the bottom of my name, it's spelled Heal, N-G-O. And my hair care company our mission actually is to make women more confident in who they are, wearing their hair naturally. So I'm happy to be here tonight, especially to touch on this topic because a lot of women, more than we know.
Okay, for some reason, we just lost Gail. But I think what Gail is trying to say is that a lot of women, more than we know, suffer from the repercussions of physical pain attached to their natural hair, emotional pain. I'm going to read something from a hairdresser who talks about her experience on the other side. I chose that article because I can clearly remember sitting in a hair salon in Oxford, Mississippi, and the hairdresser, I loved her. You know, we go to the hair salon for a community. We go for community, social support, lots of things. But she was doing my hair, and she had just done somebody's hair whose texture of the hair was finer than mine. And she said something about how hard and coarse my hair was. And I still remember it. I still remember it. Okay. So, and what I remember about that experience is feeling somehow, I was an adult. I mean, I was a young adult, but still, it hurt because of the tone, that she used to describe the nature and the texture. She said, you got, it sounded like this, strong black hair, like strong black hair. She was trying to be gentle, but I knew exactly what she meant. And I know I'm not the only black woman, black girl who's had that experience. So, Gail, you were saying more women than we know suffer.
Yes, yes. We're told that um, a term that we use in Dominica commonly was still wool, right? I don't know if that was ever
Steel
used
wool.
to
Steel
you,
wool
but
is the
yeah,
steel
the
thing we use
tighter
for
coiled
fish.
hair was used. The term steel wool was used to describe the hair.
Yeah.
Um, that can be traumatic for somebody because going through life thinking that you're not good enough, that's
Mhm.
telling you you're not good enough if your hair can be compared to that,
Absolutely.
right? Yeah.
Especially when hair for a lot of people I mean, it's biblical. People quote scripture to you and they tell you your hair is your crown in glory. All women you shouldn't cut your hair. I mean, I remember the first time I shaved it off because I think I was tired of the noise in my ears. I was like early 20s and like, because I wanted the experience of no hair. I've done this several times in my life, you know. Again, for those people who've done it, for me, what I felt was a sense of power and control. And some of the work is a lot of work to maintain your hair. And that freed me up from some of the work. But I can totally get what you're saying.
Hmm.
Yeah. What I want to know is what's your hair story? What is your,
Okay, so my
yeah.
hair story, I don't think I experienced hair trauma in terms of making me feel like my hair was not good enough,
Mhm.
but it was the norm that, or the way we were cultured to be, it's like we have to have straight hair, right?
Yes.
That's the good hair, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
growing up as a teenager, that's the images I saw. People straightening their hair, relaxing, jerry curl, hot comb. You had to have straight hair. So of
Yeah.
course I wanted to be in things, right? So as soon as I turned 18, the first thing I did was relax my hair, like the day after, right? But now that I know better, I
Yeah.
do better. So
Yes.
I probably stayed 20 years with relaxed hair.
Hmm.
And it was so, to me, a form of slavery.
How
That's
so?
how I felt.
Yeah.
Because as a teenager, let me just backtrack a little bit. Before I had a relaxer, I suffered with a lot of dandruff, which
Mm-hmm.
actually produced some eczema on my skin. So whenever it fell on my skin, I
Yeah.
had eczema.
Yeah.
And I had to use medicated shampoos, and I used Cetaphil for my face because it would be all on my
Mm-hmm.
face.
Mm-hmm.
And I did that, and I think that was my trauma with
Mm.
my hair. That's the only trauma I had. But
Yeah.
fast forward to get their relaxer,
Mm-hmm.
I thought that problem would be solved. I thought, oh, but no, it became worse, right? So I continued using medicated shampoos. I'd actually take my shampoo even when I got hair in the US,
Mm-hmm.
I'd bring my shampoo to the hairstylist so they can use it on my hair.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought to myself, maybe I should, after I would say a good 18, 17 years being relaxed,
Yes.
I made the decision to go natural. I made that decision because I'm like, okay, I got to stop this. I have this. If I don't go every week and a half to the
Yeah.
hairdresser,
Mm-hmm.
I'm facing problems, right?
Yes.
If I don't go every 6 weeks to 8 weeks to get a relaxer, it's an upkeep that you have to do. And
Money. Time.
yeah, money, time,
Yeah.
time too, because my whole
It takes
Saturday
a
would be
good
at the
2 hours,
hairstylist.
2 to 3 hours at every
Not
session.
only not only that, you go there and there are people already waiting.
Yes.
You have to wait
Yes.
your turn. And
Yes.
in between them doing your hair, they're taking care of other clients. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like a whole day. So time,
Mm-hmm.
money, and I just feel like it wasn't doing anything better for me with
Yes.
you know, my hair. So I
Yeah.
decided to go, I made the decision. But what really put the icing on the cake is my daughter was 4 years old
Mm-hmm.
and she looks up to me. I'm like in the mirror styling my hair and she goes, I want hair just like yours. 4 years old. And that hit me so hard. I'm like, wait. What am I
Yeah.
teaching this child?
Yes.
Right now, she is only 4 and she's
Yeah.
already thinking of having straight hair.
Yeah.
Yes, that happened to me when I was a teenager, but I was in a different setting, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now she's in a more diverse, if you want to say, setting. And
Right.
I don't want her feeling like that already
Yeah.
at that age. So
Yes.
right there, I remember I had a wedding to go to, and I said, I'm not even gonna go get a relaxer. I'm gonna go with all my roots showing. I
Wow.
did go with all
Yeah.
my roots showing. So
What was
that's when I
that
made
like
that decision.
first day? What was that like for you that first day with everybody seeing
A
you?
little bit. I was a little bit conscious about myself. Is anybody looking at me? Is anybody seeing my roots?
Yeah.
That kind of thing. I
Yeah.
survived the day, and guess what? It made me better, right?
Absolutely.
So I made the decision then to go natural, and I
Mhm.
haven't regretted it one bit. I have more time on my hands.
Yes.
I don't have that hair problem anymore. Knock
Yes.
on wood. I don't have that anymore. I don't have dandruff and eczema anymore.
Mhm.
I've been natural since 2012, so it's 11 years now,
Mhm.
and it's the best decision I made. Some people
So
might say, some people might say being natural is more work.
I was about to ask you that. I was
It's
about to
not.
ask you
It's not.
exactly
If
that.
you understand your hair, it's
Yeah.
not. Is it more work for you?
For me, not really.
Yes.
Not
Okay.
really. Yeah, not
It's
really.
it's not. As long as you
But it's,
understand your hair.
but
And
it's taken a long time. And I think what you're saying is important because when we grew up, what did we use? I mean, I remember my mom using Vaseline. Vaseline.
uh-huh.
That was it. And I think that's what many of us, castor oil too, maybe some
Mm-hmm.
coconut oil. I remember that. But even so, like treatment of the hair outside of the daily braiding, they would tell you, well, I don't know how often to wash the hair. You know what I mean? What do you put in the hair? Um, Sometimes the hair would be just so dry. I don't know that we paid as much attention to moisturizing the hair. Okay, help. You see all of these.
Okay.
I'm just pelting these questions at you because I'm like, okay, yo. So I was about to say, oh Lord, we just lost Gail again, but give me all the answers tonight, Gail.
Okay. So where you want me to start?
Well, go
I
ahead.
think and I want to describe what a regiment is because I'm going to use that word a lot tonight, and I want people to understand what that is. A regiment is anything you do to your hair consistently that your hair likes. So let's just say
Oh, I like that.
you realize, like when I had my eczema problem, I
Yeah.
had to go every week and a half. I had to be at the hair salon. That was my regimen. Every week and a half, I'm there with all my products. She's washing my hair. She's doing what she does to it. That was
Mm-hmm.
a regimen.
Mm-hmm.
So a regimen is something that you consistently do to your hair.
Yes, that's your
Some
hair.
regimens, go ahead.
You said that your hair also likes.
Yes, that your hair likes. Some
Mm-hmm.
regimens your hair will not like, and you just have to stop it because you're gonna run into problems eventually.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do something that your hair likes. If you see your hair responds well to it, continue doing it. That will be your regimen.
Yes.
So I'm just going to give an example of my regimen and my daughter's regimen. Every 2 weeks, we wash. Wash could look like shampoo.
Mm-hmm.
Wash could look like just co-washing. And I'll get into what that
Washing.
is. Yes,
Okay.
I'll get into what that is.
Mm-hmm.
And then you do everything else. So you wash, you condition, you moisturize, you style. That should be a regimen.
Mm-hmm.
Washing could be shampooing. A lot
Yeah.
of people still shampoo their hair.
Mm-hmm.
Co-washing is another part of cleansing. Some people say it does not work for them. I've been doing it for the last 12 years, 11 years, and it has worked for me.
Mm-hmm.
Co-washing is washing your hair with a conditioner.
Ah.
Right.
Ooh, my hair likes that without shampoo. Like,
Without shampoo.
oh, that
Because a lot of people don't know, but shampoo dries your hair.
yes.
So if you have a lot of coils, if you have the
Yeah.
coily hair, shampooing should not be part of your regimen at all. It should
Oh,
not be.
that
Yes.
makes complete sense to me. Makes complete sense to me because I started doing that like recently, like just doing
Mm-hmm.
conditioner alone because my hair feels so much better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. What got you though into healing hair? I mean, because you
Healing.
said, okay, I have this, this epiphany. I'm in the mirror getting ready for the wedding. Watch my daughter, who's like, oh my God, straight hair is the ideal. And you're like, nope, you've got to appreciate your beautiful hair God gave you and life gave you, nature
Mm-hmm.
gave you. What got you to the next level into where you're like, okay,
Okay.
yeah, I
All
want to
right.
heal the hair.
So I made the decision to go natural.
Mm,
And going natural at that time was a challenge. There
mm.
was not many products available for us.
Yes.
What you would find would not work well. I
Yes.
found that I tried a lot of different products and I
Mm-hmm.
bought big jugs of product. There was never like a 2 ounce that I could buy and say, okay, I'm gonna try this and see if it works. And if
Yes.
not, I'll go get the bigger one. Nope, you have to buy the big one.
Expensive too. Yes.
So my husband can tell you my bathroom was product.
Yes.
Product. It's like another one, another one.
Yes.
And I found that it would work. So it would work for the first few hours that I put it in my hair. And then after that, I'd still have dry hair. My
Mm,
strands would still be dry.
mm,
Or it would work and there would be flakiness.
mm-hmm.
There was always something happening that it did not go for the entire 8 hours that it was supposed to, or a
Mm,
whole day. So I was so tired of it. I started mixing product in my kitchen. I would like take
yeah.
olive oil and castor. I'd have castor oil from Dominica. I'd
Yes.
mix that. I remember my sister went to an African store and she bought me like a little jar of shea butter, and I
Mm-hmm.
mixed that up. And I just started using that to moisturize my strands, and I realized that my hair really liked it.
Yes.
So it became part of my regimen, just doing stuff like that for my hair. When my mom would visit, I would
Mm-hmm.
have her use it too. I would have it in a jar and just say, here, you can use it.
Yes.
At that time, I didn't know how long it would last. I just
Right.
kept using it until it was done and mixed
Right.
more. And I realized that my daughter's hair flourished. She had a mohawk at one point, and I used that to actually grow her hair back.
Yes.
So
Oh,
that worked for me. So
right.
that's how Heal and Go actually started. So my sister was using my mixture, my mom was, my daughter, and
Mm-hmm.
then the pandemic hit.
Yes.
And then we had all this time on our hands. I'm like, what do I do
Right.
now?
I know. People long stocking in you came out. What shall I do?
Right.
Yes.
Uh, at that time, I had already formulated, not formulated, because I wouldn't want to say I formulated it. I
Mm-hmm.
mixed some products and I made a shampoo. So I had a shampoo made and I
Yes.
was making this shea thing with the oil. So I had
Yes.
those two things made and I was using that on my hair.
Mm-hmm.
The pandemic hit and we had all this time on our hands. And I
Right.
always wanted to have a skincare company. I always wanted to. Actually, in 2018, I was already doing research towards that.
Yeah.
And 2019, did more research. And then the pandemic hit
Mm-hmm.
and I was dead in my tracks. I'm like, I have all this time,
Mm-hmm.
but even if I order anything from anybody, nothing's going to come. And I had
Right.
tried ordering my skincare stuff and it was stuck somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I started just mixing, continuing mixing the shea moisturizer and
Mm-hmm.
sending it out as samples. I put something on Facebook and I said, hey, who wants samples? And
Oh.
everybody's like, me. So I sent samples and people were like happy about it. And I'm like, oh, okay. So in that time, I had a lot of time. I did a formulation class. So I did a 3-month formulation class online.
Yes.
I did a business class as well. My business class was a little longer. I think it was like 9 months.
Mm-hmm.
So in 2020, I did all these things because I had all
Yes.
this time. And it
Yes.
helped build the foundation for Heal and Go. So after knowing how to formulate now, I was no longer just mixing random oils. I was
Yeah.
actually measuring stuff and putting the right products in the right ingredients in the product
Right.
to help
Right.
with hair.
Mm-hmm.
So something I added to my formula was aloe vera because I never had that before. I was just mixing oil and shea butter. I added
Yes.
aloe vera to that, and that just like was a game changer.
Wow.
So that was the I'll show you shea rosemary hair moisturizer,
What's it called?
shea rosemary
Shea Rosemary
hair
moisturizer.
moisturizer.
Hair moisturizer. Wow.
Yeah.
Shea Rosemary hair moisturizer.
So that
Wow.
is the very, very first product that I made.
I want to point out something that I just heard in what you said. You saw, you had interest in something, right? You
Mm-hmm.
started trying things, but once it seemed as if, like, hey, I could maybe do this, you did some other things. You took a formulation class, you said.
Mm-hmm.
You also took a business class.
Yes.
I mean, why? Why not just go like in Dominica we say Viki Vi? Why not just why
Because
not
I
just go like as if, oh, I like doing this, let me just do it, you know?
sustainability. I want it to be sustainable.
So you wanted to
Bike
understand
is
what
just you
you
make
were
a few
doing,
bucks here, then you're done, right?
right? You wanted to understand what you were doing and how to
Yes.
do it better, how to scale,
Mm-hmm.
how to grow the business, how to scale the business.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I
And
love it.
I've always had a business. I had Gummy Bear Fashions. I don't know if some of the viewers can remember my Gummy Bear Fashions little ads on Facebook. So I had Gummy Bear Fashions. It's still actually my business name,
Yes.
DBA Heal and Go. But go ahead. What are you gonna say?
I said, oh, I'm impressed. I'm just like
Oh, okay.
and eyeing over here.
Yeah. I had Gummy Bear Fashion since 1999. I actually
Oh, wow.
created Gummy Bear Fashions because
Yeah.
I sold fragrances, like designer fragrances, and I sold Mary Kay. So I did
Yeah.
that when I went to college. So that was college money.
Yes.
I made Gummy Bear Fashions officially a business in 2006. So in
Yeah.
2006,
Yes.
I registered it with the state of New Jersey and I
You
made it
went
an official business.
there you go. You
Yes.
went to official.
Uh-huh.
You went to official. You so I wrote a book called Do It Now, right? Steps to go from 0 to 100, essentially, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I heard from you is you knew you wanted to do something more with the product, yeah, but you asked for help. That's what doing a business course is. That's what
Mm-hmm.
taking a course in formulation and mixing and whatever else is, right? Is that what formulation is?
Yes. Formulation will tell you how to mix stuff, what to
Yes.
mix,
Yes.
what ingredients can work together, not. Because
Mm-hmm.
of course you can create an explosion just mixing anything, right?
Chemistry, right? Yeah.
So it'll tell you, it will teach you how to measure, like,
Yes.
how to measure products. It will tell you how much of preservative you need to put in something.
Mm-hmm.
If you on the natural route, it will give you natural preservatives. I mean, it'll teach you everything about mixing and making a product.
I love this. One of my
Yes.
questions was going to be, running a business isn't easy. What are some things you had to change or adjust about yourself to take that business from an idea to reality?
I'm still a work in progress.
Yes.
I want to say that.
Yes.
Things I had to change about myself. I had to be more structured.
Mm-hmm.
I had to develop time management skills.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I had to develop the attitude of, how would I say that in a nice way? No nonsense, right?
Yes.
No
Yes.
nonsense, because
Boundaries, follow through.
right, because you can go down a rabbit hole that way.
Yes.
If you keep just accepting everything, by the time you know it, 3 days have passed, you've done nothing for your business.
Yes.
So being more structured was one of the things that I really had to do. I was kind of good at time management, in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion. I thought I
Right.
was, but
Right.
I know I had to zone down on that a little bit more.
Like you had to elevate, you had to shift gears and go in maybe into a higher gear. Is that what
Yes,
you're saying?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Uh-huh. Because I don't know if you know, but I still work a full-time job and I do
Wow.
heal and go. And then I
Wow.
have the kids and family and all that. So
Yes.
time
Yes.
management had to be key for me.
Absolutely. If
Right.
you were going to make it work.
And
Yes.
also I had to prioritize, not only time management, but prioritize. Like,
Yes.
if this needs to be done first, I have to do everything and get it done.
Mm-hmm.
Things that can wait for
Mm-hmm.
like next week can wait for
Yeah.
next week, that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
these are
Tell
the
me about
things
the
I
name
had
of
to
the business.
change.
Tell me about the name of the business. I see heal in there. Who I like stories behind things, right? So who came up with the name? What
Actually, my husband did.
oh
So I was sitting and saying, like, what should I make it? Because I didn't want to use Gummy Bear Fashions again, because it wasn't,
was
it
a
had
different
no sense
take.
of natural product. It had no
Yes.
sense of, hair care or,
Mm-hmm.
vegan, that kind of thing. It
Right.
was more like it was really good for fragrances and Coach bags and what and Mary Kay and those kind of things. It wasn't good for a hair care line. So we
Mm-hmm.
sat at the computer just going through names. I think there was some website that he got,
Mm-hmm.
and we went through names. I mean, probably spent a whole day going through names,
Yes.
and we found Heal and Go. And I'm like, no, not really. He's like, yeah, it's a good name, Heal and Go. I'm like, it kind of has to grow on me. So I slept on it, and
Mm-hmm.
I got up. I'm like, you know what? Heal and Go really kind of works because I want to create a brand that helps people,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to create a brand that's not going to take forever. You're not going to take forever doing your hair using my
Yes.
products. So
Yes.
it was kind of a good name.
You know
So
what?
we stuck with.
What I think about when I see the name is
Uh,
the healing part, like the recovery of your hair, your scalp, the quality of your hair, and all that. But it reminds me of in Dominica we have this. I don't know if they say it everywhere else, but wash and go. You're like wash and shake, wash and go. Like you're not
yes.
wasting time. You're good. You're healthy, but we can just we're not wasting time spending 2 hours in the mirror.
Right.
I
Right.
love it.
And it really suited what I wanted to do because here I came from spending a whole Saturday at the hairdresser to
Hmm.
now spending less than an hour on my hair,
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
an hour, less than an hour on my hair in 2 weeks. So every
Yeah.
2 weeks, I spend a half hour on my hair. So
Wow.
it really resonated with what I wanted to bring out.
Hmm.
So that's where Heal and Go came about. Yeah.
I love it. I
So
love
then
it.
in 2019, in 2019, in 2020, in 2020, yes, September
Let me
2020,
see.
I had
Hmm.
to go back and not re-register, but I had to add the Heal and Go part. So I made it an LLC and I did the Heal and Go part. So, because
It's
I just
looking
wanted to have all my ducks in a row. And that was something I learned in the business class too, to
yes,
do
yes,
the DBAs and to get
yes,
everything in line, to create the
yes,
bank accounts for that and all that. So
yes.
that was really good that I did that. It helped me. I mean, I had some knowledge of it, but this really like pushed it a step forward.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay, so I want to stop and take a few questions before we continue. Y'all,
Okay.
you all to remember that Gail is offering you 15% off of all of her products. Okay. The can you tell them more, Gail?
Okay. So, yes, you can go to checkout. You can pick all your products that you want to buy. Go to checkout, and there should be a box that says apply coupon or apply code. Put in the words hair trauma, all in caps, HAIRTRAUMA, and that should give you 15% off your order. And
Guys,
there's
and
no limit. You can buy
no
one
limit,
item, you can buy 100 items. There's no limit
no limit until 10:30. You
until
have
10:30.
till 10:30 p.m. So get in there and do what you got to do. Figure out what your hair likes. See, that's what I'm taking from today. Learn what your hair likes and what it
Mm-hmm.
because you can feel it to the touch. You know when your hair is feeling good.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I have a few questions here I want to ask you before we move forward. I think Marceline said, well, before that, Patricia said, what about shampoo mixed with conditioner? You were talking about the, is it what the shampoo, the conditioner?
Co-washing.
Co-
Co-washing.
So she's asking, what about shampoo mixed with conditioner?
Well, you're gonna get the same result. You probably will get better results, but I would not suggest using shampoo mixed with it. Is it because they're trying to make suds? Is
Mm.
that the intention?
We have, some of us, we have that idea that if it
Yes,
is
if it
good,
makes
it's
suds,
not going to be
making it
clean.
clean. Yeah.
Mm.
Um, Shampoo has parabens in there and toxins that will
What
make
is
your
that?
hair
What
dry.
is parabens that I'm hearing a lot of people talking about as in, no, no,
It's like
parabens
it's
are sulfates.
yes, parabens and sulfates. They're two different things, but they're chemicals that are bad for your hair.
Mm.
But they actually help make shampoo and conditioners.
I
So a
see.
lot of the products will have it because it enhances it, makes it last longer, and it gives it more suds and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That is not good for your hair. Too much of it will eventually damage your hair.
Mm.
I have a typical example of somebody who actually, where was I? I was in Puerto Rico when I
Mm-hmm.
went to Dominica this year, and they
Mm-hmm.
sent me a text message telling me that they used the this one, the living conditioner.
Okay, what's it called?
Aloe Cocoa Leave-In Conditioner. They use
Aloe
that product.
leave-in conditioner.
Yeah,
Aloe.
Aloe Cocoa Leave-In Conditioner.
I like that. I like that
Thank
name.
you. And that was a work in progress. There's a whole, I can write a whole book on that one. So anyway, and she used to shampoo her hair. That's what she did for her whole life. She's probably in her 40s. And she stopped shampooing her hair, and she's co-washing using a different brand of conditioner to co-wash. But
Mhm.
once she's done, she uses this in her hair. And the
Yes.
breakage has stopped so much.
Yes.
And she was like, what was that? I said, well, you were shampooing all your life. But shampooing has ingredients that are gonna break your
Dry
hair
it
off.
out. Yeah. It
Dry
makes
it
it
off
very
until,
brittle.
and depending on your hair type. So if
Yes.
you have like a 4A or a 3C, you can shampoo your hair. You will
Okay,
not
you
notice.
gotta do
There will
the
be little
alphabet. You
breakage,
gotta
but
do
you
the
won't
hair
notice.
alphabet. Wait, Gail. You started it with the hair alphabet. I look, I was maybe 50 years old. I mean, I'm hearing young people talking about 3A, 1, 2, that's
Okay,
force.
I'll tell you in a minute. Let me
Yeah.
just finish that point.
Yeah, please.
So if you're like a 4C, which is the tighter coils,
Mm-hmm.
shampooing is really gonna break your hair because
Mm.
your hair is already dry. Your natural hair is already dry without putting anything in it. It's dry, and then you're gonna add more. You're gonna add something that's gonna make it drier. That is gonna really start breakage. Too much
Mm.
of it. Eventually, it's gonna start breaking. So I explained that to her, and she was just like so happy and so thing. So now
So
she's addicted to this product,
she's addicted to the aloe cocoa. Leave
Aloe
it.
Cocoa Leave-In Conditioner. Yes, she buys it in like the big tub.
Okay. So Gail,
So let me go to the numbers for you and the
yes,
letters.
please.
Okay,
Um,
so it starts with 1 and ends with 4, right?
yes, yes,
1 can be very, very straight hair, like
yes.
straight, bone straight hair.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 2 can be a coily hair. Well, not no wavy hair,
Wavy. Mm-hmm.
wavy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of biracial. That's in the 2s.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
3 is getting a little more on the coily side. Sorry. So 3, you have 3A, 3B, 3C.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a little more coily.
Yes.
The 4s are where we are.
So that's me. Me, I'm a 4D. I'm a 4X.
There's a 4X.
Yeah, but yeah, I think I'm a 4C.
I
Because
don't
I
think you're 4C.
you don't think?
From the pictures you posted a few days ago or yesterday, you're not a
Mm.
4C. You're
What is
more
it?
like a B. You're at the edge of an A going to a B.
Do you know? So one person's hair might have different, different coil.
Yes.
Okay, that
Yes.
could be. Okay.
Different parts of your hair can be different numbers.
Yeah. Okay.
So the
That
back
makes,
of my head hair, the back
yeah.
of my head hair is a
Yes.
3C.
Yes.
No
Yes.
kidding, it's a 3C. It's really,
Yeah.
really wavy.
Yes.
My middle head can be a 4C on some days.
Got you.
No
Got.
kidding. It can be a 4C. The middle of my hair is really, really dry.
Yes.
And hair is a 4A.
Right. So how do you deal with all of this combination, like combination skin, combination hair? What do you do with it?
But everybody's head has a combination of numbers. You
Got
can't
you.
just say your whole head is 4C here because I'm pretty sure some parts of hair is a lot softer than from
Yes.
some other
Yes.
parts, right?
Except if the
So
person's hair was just bone straight, and that was all. I'm
how do
actually
I
here
deal
with
with
my
it?
dad with
I just
my hair.
moisturize the middle of my head a little bit more. That's
Got you.
all. That's how I deal with it. I give it more moisture than I would give the front and the
Okay.
back. Yeah.
I don't know if I should say this, but my dad was such a comedian. So he had a word he would say, "Shive kwepe."
So kwepe would mean what?
I don't know what is. Somebody who knows Creole, please type kwepe. But he meant it was strong. Okay, he meant.
Ah, okay.
But
Okay.
he was a comedian. Yeah, he was a comedian.
Mm. I want
Um,
to compliment you though on your hairstyle tonight. I really like it.
oh,
It suits
thank
your
you.
whole attire.
Thank you very
It
much.
does, yes.
So Marceline has gone natural herself. She says she
Mm-hmm.
detangles with a conditioner. Let me do that first. She detangles with a conditioner, but didn't realize you can wash the hair only with a conditioner.
Yes, you
Yeah.
can. You
And then
can.
she's asking you, why do certain conditioners break the hair? She's got a coconut that takes her hair out.
Okay, why do certain conditioners break their hair?
Mm-hmm.
You have to check for the ingredients in the hair.
Mm. In the
I'm saying in the hair.
yeah,
Ingredients in the product.
yeah.
If they have sulfates and parabens, I would say toss them. Don't use them.
Mm.
Um, I have a group on Facebook called Natural Hair Support Group.
Okay.
In there, under the files in that group, there's a list of sulfates and parabens that are bad for your hair, or
Mm-hmm.
ingredients that are bad for your hair. You can
Mm-hmm.
double check your list. You can check that list on the product that you have to make
Okay.
sure it's safe for your hair use.
So just look at the back of the shampoo, back of
Yes,
the conditioner, look at the
yeah, the
ingredients,
ingredients list.
see what's a
Yeah,
no-no, and never,
and see what's on
never
there.
do it.
Yeah.
Okay. So for those of us who think it's just oil and castor oil, castor oil and water, I mean, what do we need to have more product?
If your hair
Yeah.
is happy with that, if your hair is happy with that, that's fine. You don't
Gotcha.
have, I mean, I want everybody to have Heal and Go. I
Gotcha.
do. But
Gotcha.
if your hair is happy with your water and castor oil and your hair is thriving, there's no
Mm-hmm.
need to change. That's your
But if
regimen right
you
here. That's
see
what you
it needs
use.
more, if you see it needs more, explore.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes. And you
Mm-hmm.
can try, I mean, that's the reason why I have 2 ounces as part of the product line, that you
Okay.
can buy a 2 ounce and try it. And if you see it's making your hair worse or your hair is the same, there's no
Mm-hmm.
improvement, then you don't buy the big size. You go
Okay.
back to your castor oil and your water if that would work for you.
So there are smaller sizes that you can try, test it out.
Yes. Yeah. So let me show. There's a small size.
Mm-hmm.
This is the big size.
Okay.
I'm trying to
Nice.
get it to the camera. And this is the small size. So you see, you can use it.
I love it. Okay, so we got to talk about the vino because you and I, we've been trying to have this conversation for a long time, for several
Ah,
a couple months, even before you went home, right, over the summer. But then this just recently, I saw you post something about a vino. Can you tell us a little bit more? Because that's big.
hmm.
Right? That's big. What can you tell us about that? What can you
Okay.
share?
So every year, Avino does a collective. So they pick people that pitch their product and they give them prizes.
Yes.
So one evening, a friend of mine sent me a link for Instagram. And she
Mm-hmm.
goes, "Here, Avino's having this thing, why don't you do it?" So I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, okay, sure, why not?" So I clicked on it and it had this whole form to fill out. I sat at my
Mm-hmm.
computer and I filled it out. I
Yes.
gave everything and I totally forgot that I did that. That maybe was, I should have go back to my Instagram message to see when that was. I totally forgot that I did this thing, right? Because I have so much going on.
Right.
So one Friday, there's this phone number that keeps calling me and calling. I'm like, why?
Wow.
I'm trying to work and my cell phone keeps going off. So I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, it must be something happening. Well, I had
Mm-hmm.
seen that number call me like once or twice during the week. I saw the same number. And
Mm-hmm.
that Friday, they were persistent. I don't
Mm.
answer calls. I don't know who it is,
Right.
right? If,
Right.
if you're my friend and your number's in my phone, I'll see Margaret's calling me and I'll answer.
Mhm.
But
Absolutely.
just random numbers, I don't pick up.
Mhm.
So they called in the morning, like I would say 9:30, and I hit the button so I won't get the call. And they call
Mm.
right back. I'm like, geez, somebody must be dying.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay,
They must
hello.
Mhm.
And the guy goes, oh, I'm calling. He gave me some companies calling from on behalf of Avino. So I'm like,
Mm.
Avino? I'm like, oh, Avino. And he goes,
Yeah.
yes, I've been trying to reach you. I'm like, oh, you've been calling me all week, haven't you? He's like, yeah. So anyway, he says, I sent you an email. Can you go check it? So
Mm.
I go into the email, and the email was congratulations. I think I posted part of that on Facebook.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you've been
Yeah.
part of the Avino's collective thing.
Mhm.
So they had 800 applicants.
Wow.
They chose 5 people, and Heal and Go was part of that.
No, that's a
Yes, thank
y'all.
you,
Y'all need
thank
to
you.
post some claps. I need to see some claps, some clap emojis in that chat. I was so impressed, and I'm just very happy for you. I think that's
Thank
beautiful.
you, thank
I
you.
really think that's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
And somebody's serious about what is the website. A couple of people are serious. What is the website? And yeah, they want to know how to find you.
Okay. So the website is Heal and Go, just as it is on my name, healandgo.com.
Heal and
H,
go. Y'all?
yeah, HEALNGO dot
Yes.
com.
Okay. All right. Marceline said chive kwepe is coconut. Marceline, we smile because, I think in Dominica we have perfected the art of laughing at our pain.
Yes, we do. That's what makes us unique, We're happy people.
We can take the worst. Look, I'm ready to bust out laughing because of just the stories, and just I can hear him saying the chive kwepe, it's really
Oh, coconut fiber. I can see coconut fiber type. Ah, right. It's the same steel wool mentality, right?
exactly, exactly. So
Yeah.
Hermia says, you're right. I have 4C hair, and every time I shampoo, a lot of hair comes out and it's always dry. Yeah.
Mm.
And she's been natural from 2012. So Gail just gave a wonderful idea about the co-washing. That's what you're saying,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Co-washing,
As
yes.
in CO washing.
CO and washing. Yeah.
Whatever
It's
you're-
it's it's short for conditioner washing.
Got you, got you,
Yeah.
got you. Yeah, I love
So,
that.
and
Okay.
don't think it won't clean your hair. It will clean your hair. I've been
Mm,
doing it for 11 years since I've
yes,
been natural.
yes,
And it's not something I just knew to do. It's
yes,
after a lot of research when I was natural to see
yeah.
what would work. And I would follow this girl called Naptural 85. I followed her a
Mhm.
lot, and she had all those tips about co-washing. So that's where I got
Okay.
that from. So you won't stumble on, if you do your research, you'll see about it, but it's not something that is really, not a lot of people know, because a lot of people
Mm.
still go buying shampoo.
Right, right.
um, and it will clean your hair. It will
Hmm.
clean your hair. I told you I had dandruff and eczema issues as a
Right.
teenager into my adulthood, and I don't
Hmm.
have that anymore. So it must be something happening here,
Something's
right?
working. Your hair likes something, and that's the
Yes,
takeaway.
my hair likes it.
The hair likes it. Okay.
Uh-huh.
What are your best sellers? I know everything
My
is good.
bestsellers are, so my bestsellers used to be the Shea Rosemary Hair Moisturizer
Hmm.
and the Revitalizing Oil, the scalp
Oh.
treatment, right?
Oh. Oh.
So in 2020, 21, this was
Mhm.
like a hot seller.
Wow.
Um, I think it's because at that time a lot of people were DIYing,
Hmm.
and they were using oils under their wigs, and doing a lot of braids and all that stuff.
And
Now,
okay, so DIYing is for the
oh,
people
do it yourself. Do
doing
it
it yourself.
yourself, right? You're not going to the shop anymore. You're doing it at your home.
I guess as a result too of the pandemic and a lot of us having to be inside, a lot of people will
Mm-hmm.
probably okay.
Yes. But
Right.
now this has become the bestseller, the leave-in conditioner.
Coco. No.
So these two are now the best sellers.
I tell us the names.
This is the Aloe Coco,
Hello, Coco.
Aloe Coco leave-in conditioner. I'm trying to put it to the camera, but it's like
I
going
know,
away.
right?
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we
Ooh,
go.
right there, right there. Aloe Coco.
Yes.
Aloe. And we know natural aloe. A lot of our Rasta men are known to use aloes in their hair. Some of us
Mm-hmm.
grew up washing our hair with aloes.
Yes. Aloe is a healing plant.
Hmm.
So it will really help any issues that you have. This has coconut oil as well. So
Hmm.
aloe vera and coconut oil are the base for this.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
And when I
Good.
say aloe vera, I know some people, some product makers use
Hmm.
aloe vera powder. I don't use aloe vera powder.
What do you
I
use?
actually buy the aloe plant and I
Got,
blend it and I put
got,
it in here.
got,
Yes.
got.
Yes. Mhm.
Somebody wants to know if they're available in Dominica, and if so, where, and how
Oh,
soon.
unfortunately not. They're not available in Dominica. I had some product in Dominica in 2021, at the end of
Hmm.
2021.
Hmm.
And I don't have anymore. Some of it sold out, and some of it has expired by now because we're in
Hmm.
2023.
Hmm.
So no, I don't have any product in Dominica.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but how can they get it if they're in Dominica? And the website. I know sometimes with shipping and this and that. This.
So if they have like a PO box in Florida or anywhere in the US, I can ship it to there.
Okay.
I ship to the U.S. Virgin Islands as well.
Hmm.
You know, I
And if
think
your cousin,
that's.
and if your cousin is coming down
And if your
for
cousin's coming down, ship it to her house, and she'll take it to you.
Christmas,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. All right. I want to know, with any experience for you, right? So this is, in a way, is you helping women transform trauma they've experienced with their hair, into just loving their hair. Like me, again, I've spent a lot of time because I mean, I've been natural for most of my life. I
Mm-hmm.
used from as soon as I could get a relaxer, I got it.
You like
I think
me?
confirmation. I was making my confirmation. I was like, yes. But in my 20s, I went kind of off and on with my natural hair versus I'd get tired maybe and I'd relax it again. But I completely stopped about 2010. Um, it has taken me some time to really learn it, to learn to be with it and deal with it and have it flourish, yeah, in its
Mm-hmm.
state. So I appreciate what you're saying, that it's about learning, loving your hair, loving yourself. I mean, I had to do this whole mental thing where I started using affirmations for myself, to remind
Yes.
myself that this is the hair that God decided to give to me. Why would I
Uh-huh.
be upset or needing to do anything different with it? And why would somebody else be requiring me to do something different with it? I didn't ask him to give it to me. you know, I had nothing
Mm-hmm.
to do with it. This is mine. This is my gift. And so I think it's the journey for a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
to that place of accepting their
Yes.
natural hair.
It's all about mindset change. It really is all about mindset change. And
Yeah.
affirmations do help.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, y'all.
they do.
Like seriously, like I really got a clear appreciation and understanding for however it is nature, life caused me to present myself. It decided to do it with exactly this body, with exactly everything that's on me. And therefore, I'm making no apologies for any of this.
Right. Right. Amen, sister.
I wear my wig if I want, but if I want,
If you want, right, a choice. Yeah.
you know, a
Mm-hmm.
choice. So I
Mm-hmm.
want to know, any journey has got its opportunities for learning and growing. What have been what would you say maybe has been your biggest joy from this heal and go experience? The biggest joy.
Okay, my biggest joy is when I get feedback from my customers.
Oh.
That is my biggest joy. When customers say, "Oh my God, I can't, do my hair without your product," or "I had
Mhm.
this problem." I have this one customer.
Yes.
I'm getting emotional. Who is a cancer patient, right?
Mhm.
I did
Yes.
not know she was a cancer patient. She
Yes.
bought my product. She bought the Shea Rosemary Hair Moisturizer to use on
Mm.
her hair.
Yeah.
Um, Her skin through chemo got really flaky and scaly,
Mm-hmm.
and she didn't know what to do.
Mm.
And then she remembered she had the Shea Rosemary Hair Moisturizer, and she put some on her skin. And
Oh.
yes, I get goosebumps talking about it. I had her write the review on the website because I didn't want to put it out there so people would say, "Oh, you just want to sell your stuff." I had her
Right.
go, and so if you go underneath the Shea Rosemary Hair Moisturizer, you'll see her whole testimony about that. It
Wow.
replenished her skin, and now her skin is back to normal. Stories like that make me want to weep, and they make me
Yeah.
want to laugh, and they want me to bring me joy, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that is the whole intention of Heal and Go. That is
Mm-hmm.
the whole mission behind it, to just help women be better, to be more confident, to have better skin, better hair, and just be happy with who they are.
I think it also speaks to the quality of the products, like what the ingredients.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Hmm.
So
That's
these are
lovely.
my joys. Just getting
Okay.
feedback.
Okay. Now flip that, because life is about polarity. Well,
Yes.
necessarily always just harsh this side and that side. But what has been your biggest obstacle or biggest pain? along
My
those
biggest
corridors?
obstacle is time.
Mm,
I don't have enough time in the day to do everything I need to do to bring this forward. I really don't. So time is my biggest pain point.
mm-hmm,
Another thing, in terms of business,
mm-hmm.
um, sometimes lead times are a problem for me. Like if I order raw materials, I order labels, I kind of want them now sometimes. And then I have to wait. So this
Yeah.
is a problem, especially if there's like something happening in the world,
Mm-hmm.
like some strike or
Slowing
some,
down.
yeah, that is really, supply chain is really one of my challenges.
And we
Oh,
had
and
a huge
by the
supply
way, I'm a
chain.
supply chain professional. So if I can say that, it's really
Oh,
horrible. That's my day job. So
oh wow. And what year was it? This is 2023, but wasn't it 2021 or 22 when we had this huge supply chain just backlog and
yes,
for so
yes.
many
There's
people?
there's many things that happened in that year. There was
Wow.
the Suez Canal thing, jam. Then there
Mm-hmm.
was strikes. There was port strikes.
Mm-hmm.
There was warehouse strikes, like production company strike.
Yes.
Truckers striked in that year. Oh my God. It was just too much.
I'm
So
sorry
this
you
is
had
one of
that.
my pain points for Heal and Go, dealing with supply chain.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one is shipping this product across country. Because like the other products, like the shampoo, the oils, they're liquid.
Okay.
Um, the this is a conditioner. It can
Okay.
withstand heat and it can
Mm-hmm.
withstand anything.
Mm-hmm.
This cannot withstand heat at all
Got you.
because it's made of butters and oils.
Got
So
you.
this
Got
is my biggest challenge in shipping it across the United States.
what is the name
As
of that
far
one?
as I shipped one to North Carolina last week
Mm-hmm.
and the whole thing melted. That week it was hot, the whole thing melted. So I'm just waiting until it's a little cooler so I can ship another one to replace that.
You know what I just saw for you? You know that what's the name of that show with the guy from Fubu? Um the four like there are four business people and people come in with their
Oh,
products
Shark
and
Tank. Shark Tank. Oh,
Shark
what
Tank.
is today? Yes, one of the finalists for Avino is going to be on Shark Tank next week. I have to remember to
Oh,
watch her. Yeah,
I
I'll post it
just
on my page so you guys can know.
I
Yeah,
just for
that's
you.
what you're.
With all the supply chain issues, I mean the amount of money they can support you with potentially could clear all
No.
that up. Right, Natasha? Okay, next question is what do you never want to experience again in as you continue this process?
What do I never want to experience again?
Mm.
Wow. In terms of hair care or in my life?
In terms of the journey of heal and go of the heal and go journey.
What I never want to experience again.
Mhm.
Wow, I don't know if there's anything I want to, because I think every experience that I've had has brought me to where I am now.
Look at that. Look at that. I love that.
Yeah, I feel like I cannot say I made like mistakes.
Hmm.
I tried to make it as seamless and to the book as possible.
Hmm.
So I don't think there was mistakes. There were learning curves, but
I
I
love
don't think I will regret them
yes.
because it
Yes.
made it better. It made my
Opportunity.
products better, right?
Yeah.
And made me as a person better, stronger.
Yes.
So I really don't think I have something that,
Okay. Well, the
yeah.
next side of that is what do you really want as you move forward? What do you really want
I want Heal
moving
and Go to be a household brand.
on? I love
I
it.
want us to be in the covers of Essence and Vogue and Forbes and all that.
Yes.
Yeah, I want it to be, I envision it to be not only hair care, but just helping women in general. Not only just selling product, you know, to make a profit, but actually helping women change their
And
lives.
effective products. Effective
Yes,
product. Yeah.
yes. Helping
Yes.
women be more confident, like building a sisterhood, a Heal
Hmm.
and Go sisterhood where we can encourage each other and, support each other and just lift each other up, really.
Love it. You
Yeah.
hear that? And the last one is, what's been your biggest lesson?
My biggest lesson is not do not procrastinate, because I feel like I have procrastinated a few times. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but okay. I started doing something and I'm like, maybe I shouldn't do that. Like feeling like I'm not worthy of doing that.
Imposter syndrome.
And then I go do something else. And then I come back to that same thing I had to do. And I'm like, damn, I should
Yeah.
have done that last year.
Yes, yes, yes. What
Yeah.
you're
So
describing is very normal, very normal, very, most of us, most human beings encounter that at some
yeah,
point or other. Yeah,
right.
yeah,
But I feel like maybe I should say like I feel like I need to go with my gut. If that I need to do, I should just do it and not wait, because I will go down the road and
hmm,
then that would have been that's a step I should have done before I continued.
I get it.
Right. So I find that a lot. It's not like I'm regretting it, but it's a learning curve for me. Like
Absolutely.
telling me how to be better going forward.
I love it. Okay, let's take a few comments. Petra said, good evening. She said, Queen, I'm saying Queens. Hello, gorgeous. Somebody say, hello, gorgeous ladies. Thank you, someone. Yeah, the strong thanks for all you do. What it is I think we learn some of our most important lessons from our models, like our parents.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, I saw Whoop go to his garden morning from 6 o'clock in the morning till 6 in the evening, rain,
Wow.
sun, whatever. It would have to take a hurricane for this man not to go up in the hills.
Wow.
He would take his little one night of tout jacotesh connaître ça pour what he googly.
Mm-hmm.
Got to say he's the chef. The man used to say his pigs have a BAFTA wheel. When he lay a bagay lay talks, he can bagay. Yeah. But yeah, but I think I learned my mom was a lot like that too. The idea that you persevere, you keep going, you
Mm-hmm.
keep doing what you can. Yeah. Life has
Mm-hmm.
got a lot of along the way. When you
Yeah,
get
and life
start
is always going to bring you something. There's always going to be something. So you just have to keep pushing.
keep pushing, you'll cross the
Mm-hmm.
bridge as you get to them.
Right.
Yeah. Somebody says good evening to me. Good evening to you too. Facebook user sent hugs, hugs back at you too. Karen said, may his soul rest in peace. Absolutely. Janice, I'm going to shout out Janice, y'all. So, Janice um, is one of the people who showed up in Whoop's life and totally kind of, I think she helped him stay with us longer because last year he almost left. And then when Janice showed up in his life, he just like was like a sunflower.
Ah,
He just perked up. And Janice, I thank you very much. And the family thanks you very much. Yeah. All right. Patricia says, good evening. Patricia had some questions about burning. Patricia said, no more burn for me. Talking about relaxers. What
uh-huh.
would you say about those people who are still relaxing? I mean, outside of the choice issue, because again, I think a woman can do and ought to do whatever she wants to do with her hair. We know how we feel good. I'm not into
Mm-hmm.
this business. I'm wearing my hair natural, so you should too. How is that my business? You know what I mean? You have a
Right.
right to do whatever you want to do with your hair. But what are your thoughts on relaxing the hair based on?
I can't tell you what to do with your hair,
Mhm,
but if if you ask my opinion, I'll tell you
mhm,
stop relaxing. I'll tell
mhm,
you learn your hair, learn what goes with it, what
mhm,
makes it happy, learn to style your hair, you know, just
mhm.
be with yeah, because when I made that choice to be natural, let me tell you, it was so liberating.
Yeah,
So I mean, I felt like such like a different person, like a whole new person.
like your whole self, like your whole self,
Yes,
your
yes,
whole.
it was so liberating.
Mhm,
um I remember when I turned 40, so I did not relax. Was I relaxed after 40? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had relaxed. I stopped relaxing the year before I turned
mhm,
40.
mhm,
Is that right? Yes, that's right. And I remember when I turned 40, you know, when they say when you turn 40, you get more confident. Well,
Right.
that was like an extra boost because I think at 39, being
Yes.
natural, it already
Yes.
gone up. It just went further up. So I would
Absolutely.
tell somebody who's still relaxing, what are the reasons for you relaxing? Is it because you feel your hair is not good enough, or is it because of something else? It's a
Right.
choice you make, right?
Right.
But be confident in your hair. I
Mhm.
would say stop relaxing. If I had to tell you what to do, I'd say stop relaxing. But the choice is still yours.
Now, look, here's a
I mean,
traumatized person who remembers holding the spoon over their ears while your parents were
oh my
straightening your
God.
hair with a hot comb. And how many of us, this right here, got burned?
Uh-huh.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Look, here's another.
Also,
Go ahead.
I want to mention there was another survey, but some
Study.
research was done last year, and results came out in October 2022
Mm-hmm.
that was saying about relaxed hair may be one of the causes for uterine cancer.
Yes. We've
Um,
read that. I've read that
yeah.
many
So
times.
I feel like all these things coming out, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not saying just stop relaxing your hair, but I'm just saying these are reasons why we should change our mindset,
Mm-hmm.
and try to be more cognizant of what we do to ourselves.
Right. I have seen many, what you call it, ads and commercials for people who have used certain products to contact attorneys who can support them if, say, they've had a diagnosis or history of uterine cancer or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it is very important that we understand our worth
Yes.
and act that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
True.
Um, Good evening to you, Gail.
Oh, good evening, Facebook user.
Somebody's explaining that some of the verbal abuse that many girls and women received on the texture of their hair, je vais still wool, je vais couper pain,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very painful. And the thing about it is, as a child, what can you do about your hair? You can't change,
You
you
can
can't.
change it, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, Marceline says, hi, moi oui vais. English speaker, she said, I've arrived. Marcy said it took her a long time to go natural, and she believes that natural had to grow on her. No, no, she loves it. No, she loves it.
I would want to know what was her feeling when she started to grow on it, like when
Started to
she
get
became.
comfortable with it.
Yes.
Marceline, did you hear what Gail said? Gail, tell it to her again.
So I want to know how you felt after you went natural. It had to grow on you. Once it grew on you, how did you feel?
Okay, Marceline, type it in the chat. Patricia says she thinks also, or perhaps she's heard that the chemicals cause cancer to Black women. I mean, it's such a health issue that it's worth investigating. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
Jack says she loves her natural hair. She's been natural since 2012. Nato says no shampooing. Oh, so Ticia says she doesn't shampoo either.
And
She
I can
does,
see her picture on the thing. She has
right?
a lot of hair. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes, yes. Great info, someone tells us. And then Marceline says she detangles with a conditioner, but didn't realize you can wash the hair with only the conditioner.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I just kind of figured out. So I know just like this week when I washed my hair, there was no shampoo, just conditioner because it just feels better.
Mm-hmm.
It feels
It
better.
does. Yeah.
Mhm. Yes. Okay, you already answered that about the coconut. She's got a coconut conditioner. It's not necessarily the coconut, right? It might
No,
just
it's not
be.
necessarily no, no, no. It's what's in the shampoo.
There you go. Look, somebody had a similar experience with their daughter saying, "But mom, you put things in your hair." Remember your daughter watching you?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah, children, they look at us. They learn from us. So,
absolutely. What do they say? Don't do what I say, do what I do, or don't do what I
yes.
do what I say.
Don't do what I do what I say.
Yeah, kids don't care. They will do what they see you do. Okay.
Uh-huh. They will.
And I want you to tell them the name of your website again and how they can get to you.
www.healandgo.com.
Yeah.
HEALNGO.com. HAIRTRAUMA.go.com. Or you can see it back there. If I do this, you can
There
see
you
Heal and
go.
Go.
Heal and go, y'all.
Yeah.
Okay? Heal and go. What's the discount code?
Hair trauma, all in caps.
Okay? Hair trauma, all in caps. Natasha. Hi, Natasha. How are you? I'm with you. I see it. She has no, Natasha says, I have no doubt that the Heal and Go will be in worldwide distribution. I totally saw you on
Thank
Shark Tank.
you.
Oh, oh,
Natasha is near and dear to my heart, and near and dear to Heal and Go's heart.
oh,
Yeah, she
very
is.
nice,
She's one
very
of my
nice.
biggest cheerleaders. Thank you,
Oh,
Natasha. I love you.
I love it. Okay, y'all. Some
Yes.
people are saying stop relaxing. Because the thing about it is when you think about relaxing, I mean, for me in this day and age, I'm just breaking out marguerite. I got 20 marguerites if I want straight, if I want curly, if I want whatever. But
Oh,
I'm
that's what
keeping
you call them, marguerites?
my alter
When you
ego.
first said that, I'm like, is she talking about a margarita? That was a drink. It's when you said wavy and all that, it clicked.
I got 20, but I'm saving. I just need to. I actually started growing it out in during the pandemic because I have
Okay.
been just cutting it, just shaving it, zzz, 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 keeping it
Have
natural.
you noticed? I want to ask you, and I'm not trying to put you on the spot.
Yes, that's fine.
I love you in your margaritas. You look great in them. But have you noticed that your hairline is going back?
Is it?
Have you ever noticed that? I'm not saying it is, but I'm just asking. I
No.
didn't know what it was before.
No. Yeah, I don't.
No?
No, no.
Okay. Okay.
But does that happen with the
That
marguerites?
happens. That happens with wigs and hats. Like if you wear a lot of hats, if you wear a lot of wigs, if you cover your hair too much, your hairline starts to recede.
Oh, really? Like if you cover your hair
Yes.
too much, like with a head wrap, like wrap your hair.
Not getting enough of the air that it needs. Yeah, it will. Yeah, you'll
Mm.
see that.
Oh, that's interesting.
If you notice, if you even tie your hair a lot down here, you will see
Yeah.
that your naughty boys will go away. And then
Y'all, your
that was
naughty
another
boys.
term we use, right? Naughty
Yeah,
boys, your
right?
little hairs.
Your little, what
Yeah.
do you call them? Your little curls at the back of your head. They call them naughty boys, as if they were just bad. Get them into shape.
Mm-hmm.
We're not doing that to our daughters.
Nope.
We are.
I don't even think I've used that word to her. I don't think if she even knows we used to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
So
mm.
so yeah, you will
Uh,
see it receding as well.
okay, that's great
Hmm.
information. That's great information because I think sometimes we maybe over tie. I don't know, over tie the hair.
Yeah. Hmm. I know I can't do anything tight in my hair.
Mm.
Like I tie
Your,
my hair at night, but it has to be in a certain way, or else I instantly get a headache.
your hair doesn't like it.
No, my whole head doesn't like it. I can't wear headbands. I can't wear
Oh,
headbands. If I wear a headband, it's for like an hour. After that, I have to take it off.
oh wow.
Yeah.
Marceline remembers her mom hot combing the hair for confirmation and the little first communion, right? Your little hair
Hmm.
was you can smell the burn.
I know. I know.
Yeah, yeah,
And at that time we used no heat protectant on our hair.
yeah, yeah. Straight,
Can you
just
imagine the amount of breakage that happened?
yeah. We thought it was growing longer, because because
Because it stretched. That's what happened. It just stretched. Mhm.
Marceline said her natural hair grew on her and she just realized it was a new freedom. But her husband was hard to convince. Okay, this piece right here is another part of the cycle.
Mm.
An emotional
Yeah,
trauma.
we need to unpack that because a lot of men are like that.
Fellas, when you'll
Yeah,
come up on
they
this,
like the straight and the long.
help us out over
Mm-hmm.
here. Now, a lot of them will tell us in public that they like our natural hair, but we have found out different things. We have found out that in reality, you'll like it, seem to prefer it in larger numbers like this. You all need to tell us if it's true or not. Yeah.
Are there any men on this group? Hopefully, they can answer us.
um,
Mm.
Hair trauma is the um, code, the coupon code.
Yes, hair trauma. Hair trauma.
I have a cousin
Um,
who used to tease me. There's no difference in my hair. She's trying to tell me my
oh, your
hair
thing went back.
not true. Anyway, anyway, Gail, how about you offer some final thoughts to the ladies? Remind them where to find you. Remind us of your products and how fantastic they are for us. And
Okay.
yeah,
So I'm just going to show them quickly. Shea
yeah.
Rosemary Hair Moisturizer. It's a
Mhm.
moisturizer that's used for twisting, braiding, and it's for the strands of the hair, not the scalp.
Mm.
Strands, not the scalp.
Mhm.
This is for Aloe Coco Living Conditioner. It's a conditioner that you use after washing your hair.
Mhm.
Whatever washing method you choose, be it co-washing or shampooing, when you're done, apply some of this to your strands and it will help keep moisture and keep it hydrated.
Mhm.
We have a black soap shampoo.
Mhm.
Okay. And that is used a lot by our braiders, people with braids in their hair. It is a cleansing shampoo. It's not recommended for anybody with 4C hair. So if you have 4C hair, stay away from it. Black
Mhm.
soap dries your hair. It is a
Mm.
natural product. It's an all natural product, but it also dries your hair. If you
Mhm.
want to use and you insist on using this, I would say do this right after. But this is really used for people with locks, people
Mhm.
with braids, and people that really want to cleanse their hair.
Okay.
We
What
have the
before you go, what about kids? We didn't talk about kids, little girls, what about kids? Do you use the
it
same
can be used
product?
on kids. It's safe to use on kids.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
We have the revitalizing scalp
Mm-hmm.
treatment, and that's
What
a
is that?
hair oil. It's used a lot of my customers use it with their wigs, underneath
Okay.
their wigs, on their braids. It's to be used on the scalp. It's a oil for scalp.
As for me.
Oh yes, you should get one. So you can fix up your, what do you call them, margaritas,
My Marguerite.
your margaritas.
Mhm.
Also, all these products come in 2-ounce sizes. So this is the black soap shampoo.
Mhm.
This is the oil that I just showed you in a 2-ounce bottle.
Mhm.
The aloe coco living conditioner, and there is the shea rosemary,
Yes,
and they're all
beautiful.
on the website. I also have a little bundle if you want all 4 of them in a 2-ounce. We call it the travel bundle.
Nice.
So it has all 4 of the items I just showed you in a 2-ounce. And
Mm-hmm.
on the other side of this card, it
Mm-hmm.
has each item and tells you how to use it.
That's very nice. That's
Okay,
very nice. So,
travel bundle.
like you were saying, if somebody wants to try it out, that sounds like a perfect idea. If you're not sure yet, but I love the aloe coco. The name it stays under my tongue. Aloe coco.
I know the cocoa is making it stay.
Aloe coco. Oh boy. Anyway, let's see what. Well, somebody says. I want to. I'm assuming that's Ramona or somebody else. Colonial leftovers in terms of the men's attitude towards our hair. Yeah, I think
Mm-hmm.
that's a whole conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's almost like you're being told one thing, but you see something different, and you're like, something else is going on here. A lot
Yeah.
of a lot of people have unresolved um, trauma from
Mm-hmm.
this transatlantic slave trade and everything that followed.
Yeah. It did a quite a number on us.
Absolutely, absolutely. And now that we know better, we ought to do better. Like
Mm-hmm.
you said, yeah.
Yes.
Ramona is ready to go to confession. She said, yes, it's her. LOL. I know you. See, I know you. Um, Celine said, they like the natural hair when not affiliated with you. I think that a compliment, like they run, okay, but they love the slick look. Okay. So she's saying, from our experience, guys, many of you seem to admire the natural hair, but when we're with you, perhaps some of your deep-seated, unresolved feelings about natural hair show up, and it's not always comfortable for us. Yeah, it can feel painful for us, some of the way you act. So That's an opportunity for exploration for the brothers. Yes. So, Gail, I want to
Mm-hmm.
tell you thank you so much for saying yes. You've been so busy and doing great things, doing beautiful things.
Thank you. Thank you.
But I think this is important. Ladies, type in the chat what is your takeaway from tonight. I'm telling you, my takeaway is to figure out what your hair likes, what your hair enjoys. That's a really nice way. And I know exactly what you're talking about because I can feel it to my touch when my hair is feeling good, when it likes what I
Mm-hmm.
put. Mhm.
And your
So
hair is also gonna mimic or show what you're feeling. So if you're feeling stressed, your hair is gonna be stressed. Your hair is gonna look stressed. You hear people talk about bad hair days,
yes.
right? So if your hair is stressed, you're if you look you're stressed, your hair's gonna look stressed. If you're
Mhm.
happy, if you're doing everything right with yourself, your hair's gonna show that. So always pay attention to your hair too. If you
Very.
notice your hair's getting dry and a little brittle and there's some breakage,
Hmm.
just check yourself and say, am I stressed about something?
Hmm.
My diet? Has my diet changed? And
Yeah,
pinpoint what it is and fix
I
it.
do.
And then you'll see the difference in your hair.
I agree with that because I do know that me, depending on how my hair is, I just feel different, and I know how I feel when I shave my hair off and I'm wearing it next to bald versus when I have it like this. It's just, yeah,
Hmm.
I hear you and I agree with you. Love your hair.
Thank
This is all,
you.
these all parting.
I twisted it to you. They did just for you.
Love it. I
Just for
love it.
you. Yeah.
I love it.
Thank you.
Embrace what it
It's my going to Dominica hairstyle, and I just like
is.
the way it feels, so I just keep doing it.
And it's so easy, it's comfortable, it's right
It
there.
is, yeah.
Yeah. Somebody says, our hair is naturally ours. Find your regimen by experimenting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody learned about their hair type and washing options. That co-washing is powerful. Thank you,
Yes.
Gail.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It
You're
was
very welcome.
fun.
I enjoyed it.
I did too.
And I know you all did too. Okay, y'all. See y'all next week. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. Have a good night.